curator at the Dixon Gallery and Gardens. Thanks for joining me on another very exciting installment of Julie's Journeys, where in this program we take a look at different paintings in the museum, different exhibitions, exciting programs. So it's real relaxed, we have a lot of fun, and I'm so excited about today's topic. This is one of my favorite paintings in the Dixon's collection. It's the portrait of Mrs. Crofts by Sir Joshua Reynolds. Interestingly, I think everybody thinks of the Dixon as a repository for French Impressionism, but the Dixon also has a small but very rich history of British paintings, particularly portraits. Mr. Dixon was from England, so when he first started collecting paintings, he gravitated towards British portraits that reflected his heritage. So why do I love this painting? I love talking about Sir Joshua Reynolds because he's kind of easy to make fun of. He was what I like to call an artistic social climber. He was primarily a portrait painter and painted portraits of society ladies and gentlemen around England. He came from not necessarily humble beginnings, but small beginnings in a smaller town in England, and moved to London to make it big and move up the social ladder by painting very flattering portraits of the rich and famous in London. And when I say flattering, you may not think this lady is lovely, but she wasn't as lovely as this. So anyway, this is Mrs. Crofts. She was married to a man named Richard Crofts, and she and her husband were wealthy. They weren't the king or queen of England, but they were wealthy enough to have their portrait painted by Joshua Reynolds. This is a lovely painting, and interestingly, it was right now it's a 3/4 length view. Originally, it was a full-length painting, and at some point in this painting's history, and same thing with its companion, it was cut down to fit a specific space, probably. Like here at the Dixon, we have chair rails, so it may have been cut down to fit within the confines of a chair rail. Anyway, another interesting thing about this painting is, if you can see here, we've got this statue that Mrs. Crofts is standing in front of, and she's allegedly standing on her estate, in the grounds of her estate, that shows her wealth. There's this little statue here. When Mr. Dixon bought this painting, and for many years when it was hanging in the Dixon, this statue was not visible. It was, all you could see was some kind of shrubbery or leaves. When we had the painting conserved a few years ago, we saw that this statue was originally in the painting, and for some reason was covered up somewhere along the way. So we're happy to have it restored to its original condition and its original brilliance. I think it's a beautiful setting, very Reynolds setting, very serene. And Mrs. Crofts is oh so lovely with her pink silk gown and her lovely kind of taffeta sash hanging behind her. And you gotta love her hair. It's very Marie Antoinette inspired, or if anyone saw The Duchess, it looks a lot like Georgina. And gotta love this little London curl hanging down her on her chest. I think it's just down her neck. Excuse me. It's just lovely. So this portrait would have made her kind of fit in with the rest of the society mavens and establish her reputation, as well as building Joshua Reynolds' reputation as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and this painting is on view for the next few months in the Dixon living room. So we'd love to have you stop by and see it. And while you're here at the Dixon, for the next month or so, we have holidays at the Dixon. We've got our lovely Christmas decorations, so don't miss that either. And thanks for joining me.